Hello guys, Dinosaur here. This video is going to serve as kind of a channel update, a drawing stuff video, and a religious video all rolled into one. And it's kind of ad-libbed. It's another thing I came up with, not necessarily at the spur of the moment. I've been planning to do it for a while, but I've just been dancing around it the whole time, and I thought that I might as well just go for it, because it's not going to get any easier. Now I'm going to start today's video off with a bit of a question. Do you ever feel, as a Christian, or maybe not necessarily in your walk with God, but career-wise, like, you ever feel like your calling has just got exhausting? Well, you're not alone in that. And the best thing to do is not to quit, but to pray that God will give you endurance and that He will refresh, make things interesting again. And sometimes we have to try new things within what we are doing, because sometimes things do get stale, but we gotta try new things within it. Because God's not against how we choose to live our lives or work in our careers, as long as it is aligned with His Word. And what sets Christianity apart from the false religions is, one, Christianity isn't supposed to be a religion, it's supposed to be a state of being, but nevertheless, it's a religion, and Christianity does practice the truth. It's because God's real, so is heaven, and hell is also very real, so is Satan. But what Jesus did to protect us from all that is also very real, and it's our job as Christians to spread that. Now, some of us have different talents, and the reason being is because God wants us all to be individuals, but He wants us to individually play a role in the building of His kingdom, whether it be witnessing to people who have never heard the gospel, or being an apologetist and clearing misconceptions to maybe fellow believers about Christianity, because that's what apologetics is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be answering the questions of atheists, because atheists will never take it seriously anyway until they have received the Holy Spirit. And the second thing that sets Christianity apart from the false religions is that Christianity can be applied to everything you do in life. Everything. I don't care what it is. Now, as most of you may know, like Comic Playing 'em Right, I've been working on for about a year now, and I think I am on the I don't even remember which volume number I'm on. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but these pages I hold in my hand, they're the entire first chapter of the volume I'm currently working on, and I've been working on this for 3 months, and I am not any closer to finishing it. I have finished the chapter itself, and I have inked it and inked the letters, but I still have a lot of shading to do, and it's not going to get done anytime soon, guys. Sorry, guys, for those of you watching this video who also read Playing 'em Right. I'm not going to get done with it anytime soon. And the reason being is because I got bored with the story really fast. And not only that, but this year before this year, but after New Year's Day especially, I fell under depression, and the reason for my depression has created sentimental reasons that make the story of Playing 'em Right emotionally and mentally taxing. But nevertheless, I'm determined to see it through, because what I want to do as a comic writer, I also want to witness to people through my comics. And sometimes God speaks to us through many different things. He has spoken to me. So far, He's given me insight today through a book that my mom had got me for Christmas, Right or Wrong, A Writer's Guide to Creating Comics by Dirk Manning. Now, I have never heard of Dirk Manning prior to this. I've never read his work, but I agree with him on pretty much everything that he says so far in this book. I haven't finished it. I've only read the first 3 chapters. I'm on the 4th. And on the first chapter, it's basically a bunch of, this goal is unrealistic and all that stuff. And when I suffered through the first chapter, got to the second, he was explaining how if you can't make it through the first chapter of this book, you surely can't make it in the industry. And he's right. As much as every fiber of my being wants to puke as I say that, he's right. If you can't make it through a chapter of discouragement, you surely can't make it in the comic industry. It's really rough. And what's even cool about this is my mom got the autograph of this guy. She got him to sign the book for me, and apparently he'll be showing up in a comic event near my area. And she said she might take me when it happens. Dirk, I doubt you'll ever see this video, but if you're out there, man, I hope to actually meet you. Even though this guy, I guess, isn't popular, to have the autograph of a guy who is living the dream, it's huge. Now, how did God speak to me through this, you might be asking? Well, because in the 3rd chapter of this book, Dirk explains something that can, be really taxing for the reader to read a book. Because new readers, they don't care about the characters, so they got no reason to actually read your story if it doesn't have a good theme. And most story, now theme and plot are 2 different things, but a lot of comics these days, and he's right, rely way too heavily on the plot and not really enough on theme. And that's my mistake with playing them right. I followed the plot a little too heavily, and that has really interfered with my creative freedom, and because of that, I think that's why I got a little bored with the story. But because the story isn't over yet, I got time to fix that, and I'm gonna pray that God gives me the inspiration to see it through, because I don't want playing them right to be a pile of regret any more than it already is, because there's so many things I regret about the story. But I have the opportunity to make it better. And that's our goal in life as Christians, really, is to better ourselves, make ourselves more Christ-like, and to persevere in whatever God has called us to do. And another update with the channel is soon I'm going to be making a video on this other comic informational comic I was going to write myself. 7 tips about becoming a Christian artist and a Christian comic artist. And while the video isn't going to be me reading this book, I will be explaining the 7 tips. Because if you guys are out there and you feel that you have a similar calling, I want to help guide you guys through it. Because heaviness in hearts make them stoop to bad levels, but a good word can make them glad. And as Christians, we are called to be the good word, or we are called to bring the good word, which is ultimately the Bible. Because the Bible contains the gospel of Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life that leads to salvation. And yeah, this year is going to be a wild ride. It's been a rough one. We're only one week in, and yeah, we're a week in, and already it's been a rough new year. And it's just playing them right isn't the worst thing that I'm dealing with this year, but it's not the best. But I have faith that God will see me through it. Another thing is tolls, because I'm not sure if I like my decision to be at that technical school or not, but it's gonna help me get one step closer to my dream, so I'm gonna pray and try to see that through as well. The first thing I care not to mention, but yeah. And speaking of tolls, I'm still half in uniform. My khakis, I haven't taken them off. I'm still half in uniform, and that makes me very mad. But yeah, guys, I guess the point of this video is, if you've hit a depression or things have just gotten exhausting for you, don't give up. Find something that makes it refreshing. Pray to God. Ask Him to show you what it is. Ask Him to show you what it is that you need to do to make things refreshing. And I guarantee you, He will eventually show you. And when He does, it will strengthen your relationship with Him. And it will further your walk with Christ. Well, and I just mostly ad-libbed this video. I ad-libbed them all, but this one most of all because I really did not plan this at all. I've been wanting to do it, but never got around to it. Anyways, guys, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you guys have gotten something out of it, and I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings. God bless.